Hey my everythings, I hope that you all are doing well. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you would like to get any notifications anytime that new reads are being posted, please feel free to hit that bell so that you can get notified, okay? Any likes, shares, or subscribes are definitely helpful to the prosperity and the growth of the channel, so thank you. This read is going to be for Capricorn. Capricorn, I'm seeing that this read is influenced by the eastern and the western wind. The eastern wind being the element water. The eastern wind is a representation of new beginnings, a new perception. I'm seeing that the soul has been teaching the spirit of true self lessons about perception. Those perceptions regarding your personality and telling the truth, okay? I'm also seeing the god Anubis. Anubis has to do with the afterlife. Okay. I'm seeing that the cycle of this read is also being influenced by, like I said, the element fire. That has to do with creativity, dialogue, conversations, vibrations. The fire is influenced, and the western wind is influenced by the planets Mars and Saturn. Mars goes through an orbital cycle every 2 years. Mars specifically influences politics and responsibilities. So maybe during the cycle of this read or sometime in the future, you will be talking about your responsibilities or politics. Politics probably more than likely, because that seems to be something that's going on now in the world, especially in America, though that may not be the only thing that's being discussed. Like I said, Mars influences both politics and responsibilities, and Saturn has influence over karmic lessons. Okay? I believe Saturn goes through an orbital cycle every 30 years. I want to say that Saturn goes, Saturn goes through an orbital cycle every 30 years. And like I said, it influences karmic lessons. Yeah, Saturn goes through an orbital cycle every 30 years. And it has to do with karmic lessons. So because the Saturn card didn't specifically come out, the element fire came out. So I'm seeing that a karmic lesson may be the reason why there is dialogue, there's this specific vibration, there are these conversations, or there's this spark of creativity that's going on during the cycle of this read. Okay? Excuse me. So, there's some influence from Saturn and also Mars. I'm seeing, and then the planet Mars also influencing the cycle of this read. We just discussed that already. And then I'm also seeing some influence during the cycle of this read coming from the planet Neptune. Neptune goes through an orbital cycle every 165 years. Neptune has to do with the mystical realm, like fairies, trolls, unicorns, any type of mystical beings that you could possibly think of. That's what Neptune is associated with. Also may have something to do with like that kind of stuff, or excuse me, I want to be respectful, those kind of beings being separate from us. Okay, so Neptune may have something to do with that, though the planet Neptune specifically influences the mystical realm, the ocean, storms, dreams. Yes, your dream world being separate from your waking world, okay? I'm also seeing that Neptune influences the observation of long-term effects, considering the fact that it goes through an orbital cycle of 165 years. It observes, you know, how it influences humanity and maybe even life on other planets, okay? So that's Neptune, everyone. So I'm seeing that the spirit of your true self is seeking security in people, right? And I'm trying to get to the gist of the water and the fire elements because I'm seeing both sides of it, okay? And I'm gonna say that the water is influencing the healing energy because you have the Phoenix in reverse. So I'm gonna read you the message and I'll discuss what it says. So the Phoenix in reverse is associated with the water and the new beginning. So the reason why there is a new beginning, okay? It says, I exercised once, I'm super jacked now. Seeking security in people. Something about the Midwest, okay? New phase and rekindle, renew and growth, changed mind, rise from ashes. And I say the Phoenix in reverse is the healer because with the western wind, which is the other side, influenced by the fire, the difference is, well, the things that are being processed is in the conversation and the creativity, all of that that's happening. It's so hard to explain. Because this is the eastern wind, right, since it's reversed, I'm seeing that it is what's turning things towards the western wind, okay? So it's based on, the eastern wind has to do with your personality, you telling the truth, going from being a phoenix having to do with new phases, rekindling, growth, changed mind, rising from the ashes. Eastern wind, and then it's talking about the Midwest. So in the Midwest, that takes us over to the western wind, which represents conversation, dialogue, vibration. Just be mindful that I'm speaking about the cycle of the read, okay, and what's going to happen in the future. So the influence of this eastern wind by the way of the element water is something that will be in full effect by, well, I'm seeing that whatever happened in the spring, right, because we're coming into autumn, and that's what's going to happen. So this is about something that happened in the springtime. So in the spring may be the reason why so I'm seeing, like I said, the Phoenix in reverse, which is the healer, that heal. So with the eastern wind, there is new beginnings, okay? That has to do with perception, your personality, you telling the truth, you being a witness and an observer to what's going on. That is also influenced by the planet Neptune, and also your sense of responsibility and the politics that are happening when you're in this dream realm or world, and your perception to your personality and you telling the truth in the waking world. All of this stuff is affecting you during the cycle of this read, is what I'm seeing. Okay. And as far as you seeking security in people, you're opposing taking the Phoenix energy. I'm hearing, I'm not about to argue with these people, or I'm not about to argue with you. That's what I'm seeing. Because there's fire, process, you know, sometimes the dialogue, when you talk about fire, you know, heated conversations, right? So that's what I'm seeing. Is like, I'm not about to argue with you, because I know that there's perception, you know, that I'm getting from this. And that's from the eastern wind, is the perception. And then when it comes to the western wind, which is the fire, that has to do with self-care and wholeness. Okay, so I'm seeing that the reason why you're taking the healing energy position with the eastern wind versus being in the Phoenix energy with the eastern wind is because you are focusing on the lesson that the lesson that the soul is teaching the spirit of true self about process with the western wind. And the process with the western wind is focusing on your self-care and your wholeness. So when you reverse this Phoenix and it's upright with the western wind, because you are learning a lesson about process, right? Of energy and time and power and partnership. Okay? And the priority is self-care and wholeness. Then you get into the energy of new phases and rekindling things or renewing things or growth and a changed mind and the rising from the ashes, that new perspective. Though I'm seeing that you had to experience it from the eastern wind in reverse, in that healing energy, like don't fight, to get into the experience of being in that western wind where it's like, okay, I'm a process the fact that, you know, your perception is to be in this healer energy. And as you get into the healer energy, what's the opposite of eastern wind? Is the western wind. So when it gets to the western wind, which is the lesson of process, it becomes reversed from, well, it processes out from the healer energy into, it transforms and transitions, not, you know, in a bad way. It does that in a good way because it's a new experience, something new that's going to happen, okay? So I just want to get that message across, because as things end, new things begin, okay? So you get to the western wind, and what's in the western wind? So in the western wind, you're in that upright Phoenix energy paired with wedding rings. That western wind is centralizing and focusing on union and marriage, a soul connection, everlasting love, and devotion. So I'm seeing the reason why you were in the eastern wind, going through lessons about your personality and telling the truth, learning lessons about the perception of all of that. Like, what is your personality? What do you tell the truth about? What kind of information do you withhold? That's something that you learned in the Midwest. Okay? And you had to always be in a healing energy when you were there. If you were there. That's what I'm seeing. And this is about something, like I said, that happened in the springtime. So I don't want to confuse you. We're talking about eastern wind energy in the Midwest. Okay? I'm just being transparent. So, stay with me. So, when it comes to the western wind, which has to do with conversations, creativity, process, learning lessons by the way of the soul as the spirit of true self, you're learning lessons about process, okay? And what it means to have everlasting love, devotion, soul connections. And the reason why you're going through these lessons is because you're seeking security in people, and the soul is saying, as you are learning this lesson about process, it is going to bring you into an energy of prioritizing self-care and wholeness. Okay? And so I'm seeing that these are some things that have had you up all night. Or have had someone up all night. Because of your relationship with your relatives in nature. Okay, that's what I'm seeing. So as you're seeking security in people, you're also recognizing that there is security in nature as well, because they're also relatives to you. Okay? And so that's what I'm seeing with this union. Like these wedding rings, this everlasting love, this devotion, this soul connection. That, this, like I said, the soul is teaching the spirit of true self a lesson about process. And in this process of you switching and transforming from healer energy in the eastern wind to phoenix energy in the western wind, it's because you have this union with your relatives in nature. Okay. So you have this union with your relatives in nature, soul connection. You're going through this process of perception and healing energy in regard to your personality and you living in your truth. And in this western wind, it's being influenced by you prioritizing self-care and wholeness, okay? Also in that, the reason how you are able to do that, or your process, that's what I'm seeing, the western wind. Your process of prioritizing your self-care and wholeness is the relationship that you have with your relatives in nature. I'm seeing that you may have a tree planted for someone in your family that may have passed away. There are people that do that, or anything like that. A part of the Red Road journey is recognizing and acknowledging all life on this planet to be relatives. Whether it's the sun, the moon, the stars, the planets, this tree, that tree, red fish, blue fish, one fish, two fish, that kind of situation. They're all relatives to you in nature, as we are all a part of the Great Spirit. So I'm seeing that by the way of that western wind, your process is the relatives in nature that you have, okay? And I'm also seeing something about a rapper. So the reason why I'm saying that is because it may be like someone that passed away that you're close to, that you feel like you need to account for. And that's a part of your process. Like your union, your soul connection, your devotion is your relative in nature that is an artist that you feel like you have to account for, or that accounts for you. So there's an artist that is a relative in nature that accounts for you, that you have a soul connection with, that you are devoted to, and that is a part of your new phase in life, or your changed mind or perspective, or this could be something that is happening. It's all affecting the cycle of this read. And you prioritizing self-care and wholeness. Now, I did hear about Rich Homie Quan passing away. Though I personally don't know Rich Homie Quan. Maybe in spirit, we could be relatives. However, if that is the case, then I'm seeing that that is what would help the healing process, or like the prioritization of self-care and wholeness for whoever his partner is, or the family, whatever that situation may be. Like, this is your relative that has passed away. However, they're not really gone, right? Because you have the ability to sow a seed in nature that lasts forever. Your whole lifetime, his whole lifetime, so on and so forth. For your family, if you feel like that's something that you want to be accountable for, or however the situation resonates. I've spent a lot of time talking about the elements of water and fire, and I get it. You need to blow off some steam, and this is the root of what it is that I'm seeing is going on with you during the cycle of this read, okay? So the emotions or messages that are specifically associated with the cycle of this read are for you not to feel irritated. Considering the fact that you took the route of healer energy instead of navigating in Phoenix energy when it came to your personality and the truth, like arguing with someone. I'm seeing that you're on the right path. For you to feel open, for you to feel liberated. There is some cycle completion, considering the fact that Saturn is influencing the cycle of this read. With that fire energy. So a cycle has come to an end. Like I said, it's the end of that cycle of whatever it is that you did not feel secure about in the Midwest. Like the irritation, okay, let me finish the words. So that cycle is coming to an end. The fear that was associated with that, the insecurity that was associated with that eastern wind, that perception of your personality and telling the truth, okay? For you not to feel inferior, for you to be, like I said, in that western wind, you are liberated. You are that phoenix. You are in that open, like you feel open. And that's because someone is defending you, or you're defending someone else. For you not to be fearful, okay? Someone is defending you so that you're not afraid. And like I said, with that western wind, it could be this relative in nature. This spiritual realm, and this mystical realm is not so far from us, as Neptune is influencing the cycle of this read to bring that to the surface, to to shed light on that, okay? So then I'm seeing it's all for you to not feel disappointed about whatever it is that you're experiencing, whatever it is that you feel like you need to be accounting for. I'm seeing that the priority is for you in the Western wind to prioritize your self-care and wholeness, prioritizing the wellness of your soul, okay? So I am seeing that those negative emotions, right? Like for you not to feel irritated, for you not to be inferior, for you not to be fearful, for you not to feel disappointed, okay? Any of those negative emotions that you may have felt, or scary experiences or terrible experiences, things that are not so great that just happen in life, that if you are feeling any of these things, then it's okay. Like, that's normal. It's a normal part of being human, that if you are going through these experiences, human souls are made with time, okay? And so with that time comes all of these experiences. And with all of these experiences and the time, there's the human body that carries the spirit and connects it to the soul in the reality. So if you are feeling any of these not so great emotions and any of these not so great experiences, it is because you have inherited that experience. And even as you may have inherited those not so great experiences, you also have inherited the strength and the ability to understand it, grow from it, and overcome it. Okay? So do not be so hard on yourself. Give yourself grace. And if the not so great experiences are something that has happened to you, like you not feeling secure around other people, then give grace to others, okay? Because someone is defending you, or this has been a time for you to defend someone else, okay? Woo! So if you're not familiar with how it is that I do my reads, I do them based on time that has been offered or is available to me for me to be able to share the message with you. So thank you. The time that has been offered to me is the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is someone that feels like ambitious and like super motivated to come in and take up the battle. Like I said, someone defending you, okay? Shit, good, you know what I'm saying? You're being received in this energy. Well, this energy was received as charming, captivating, enchanting, fascinating, not temperamental, not moody, not short-tempered. So being able to respond respectfully in a calm way and to get to the root of what is going on here and how it is that we can be progressive in everything that we do, because I'm already progressive in everything that I do, okay? I'm going to speak life into you because I have the power of the tongue. Amen? So the energy that I see you in for the cycle of the read is the Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups is representing like joy, gratitude, appreciation, like I said, feeling liberated, okay? I'm seeing that you're finding, like I said, like a lot of joy. You may be a rapper, you know what I mean? You may be an artist. You may have felt inspired, okay, during the cycle of this read. Or I'm also seeing that that's clear, like that you're happy, you're finding joy. So I'm seeing, and obviously if it's clear, then it's representing that eastern wind with the element water, because ain't nothing more clear than water. Okay, so you're in that healer energy. Is bringing you gratitude, appreciation, happiness, wish fulfillment, joy, laughter, happiness, okay? During the cycle of this read, in the past position, I see you in the Four of Cups. With this Four of Cups energy, that's the divine offer. Like the divine coming in, making an offer to you. You're being received in this energy as trustworthy and adorable. Aww. Speaking of divine offers, I am an independent government contractor. I am in the process of doing a fundraiser right now to raise funds for my travel, living expenses, accommodations, all of that kind of stuff as I do relocate and travel to do volunteer service projects. Please be patient and give me grace while I share this video with you. Hi everythings, I hope that you all are doing well. So we have a goal. Do you know how I do the service projects like American Red Cross, Habitat for Humanity, working with FEMA? I'm in the recruitment process for a new government service project. That requires relocation and your girl needs some money. So if you or anyone that you know is willing to help in the support or the move, I would greatly appreciate it. Make sure that you like, share, and subscribe because we only have a few months. I know it's like a last minute ask, though this is something that we really need so that everything can go out and make a difference, okay? Thank you so much, and I appreciate you all for supporting the channels. Bye! Any donations or assistance that you provide will help and contribute to taking on that next assignment and going where it is that I'm called to. I want to thank you so much in advance for all of your assistance, your help, and your time. Thank you all so much for all of your support, for the messages that I'm able to share here with you on the channel, as well as in my endeavors in life off of the app and my commitment to making a difference in the world. Again, I thank you all so much, and let's get back to the read. Then I'm seeing that you were in the Hierophant energy. So it's just showing me that maybe you accepted that offer, and the Hierophant energy is something that, like an energy that you stepped into, like the level of power that you stepped into, okay? Or this Hierophant could be someone that is a representation of that divine offer, like someone that came in to maybe defend you, okay? Or it could have been someone that came in to give you some advice if you were feeling disappointed, or if you were feeling fearful, or if you were feeling inferior or irritated. This is, I'm hearing representative that came in and defended you, okay? This person is, or you, are being received in this energy as saintly, virtuous, like I said, divine. So considering the fact that you got a divine offer, it could have been an offer for you to be in this divine energy, or for you to be this divine, or for someone to be this divine representation in your life, okay? Whoever this Hierophant is, whether if it's you or if it's someone else. Then I'm seeing that you were in this Knight of Pentacles energy, where there was some new type of financial opportunity, investment, something that had to do with money that you were just beginning, okay? You're being received in this energy as influential, peaceful, serene, calm, not stereotyped, okay? Prominent and important. People are receiving you as someone that is important, someone that is peaceful, someone that is calm, and you're not being stereotyped as someone that is just starting out, okay? In whatever this business thing is that you're starting, okay? All right. And that's it for the cycle of this read. So from what I'm seeing, the karmic lesson must have been like just for you to accept an offer from the divine. like maybe for you to allow the divine to defend you. Okay? And that's just what I'm seeing. Because I'm seeing with the eastern wind, like, it has something to do with like you exercising. You exercising and you working out, and that being the new thing that you were going to get into, or the new thing that you were going to do. So I'm seeing that it was in reverse. So it's like maybe you needed to rest because of that healer energy. And then when it came to the reason why you weren't working out, the reason why you weren't, you know, sticking to that new workout thing or whatever, or exercising thing, is because it was time for you to prioritize your self-care and wholeness. And self-care and wholeness has to do with like going within and addressing whatever is concerning you. So as in the eastern wind, you're not working out, you're not, if you weren't, if in the influence of the eastern wind, you were in nurture energy, nurturing what's going on within you in regard to telling the truth in your personality, not prioritizing working out and your physical fitness. And that could have caused you some type of disappointment. Maybe you were afraid of something, maybe you felt inferior, or feeling inferior is something that you did not want to admit. Or you were irritated. I'm just seeing like, when it says karmic lessons, and there's influence about politics and responsibility, I'm just seeing you have really hectic time. And it was like, what do I prioritize? Do I prioritize this? Do I prioritize that? And what's going on with me spiritually on the inside? Am I protected spiritually on the inside? What other stuff am I going to have to deal with? Like, that's just what I'm seeing. Because when it comes to the western wind, I'm seeing that you felt like you were driving off of a cliff. However, the message is that it's a time to prioritize self-care and wholeness. Be in that Phoenix energy. Recognize your soul connections. Prioritize the union that you have with the Most High. Raise your vibration. Be creative. Recognize that fire inside of you. Be accountable to your whole self. And recognize that you're not here alone. You have your relatives in nature that are always with you, that have been here way before you got here and will be here way after your physical body is gone, okay? And if there have been any challenges or circumstances you received in the past, I'm seeing that you received a divine offer, and then you were in this Hierophant energy, and then that marked the beginning of something new, a new financial journey for you to go on. So what I'm seeing is that it was all part of something bigger than you, even though your experience was individual, okay? Like, I went through all of this stuff. Like, yes, you went through all of this stuff because you're a part of something that's way bigger than you, that will help a bunch of other people that may even go through the same similar type of transformations. And, you know, the overall thing is for you to be liberated, okay? So let's talk about your future. I'm seeing that you're going to meet with a group of people. Maybe they're friends, maybe they're people that you're meant to be in this union with. People that you will account to, or people that you will be accountable to. You may even have a dream, or, you know what I mean? Meet with someone in the spiritual realm that will help give you that kind of guidance, okay? Whatever the conversation is about, is going to be one regarding your health, and for, like, you're being received in this union, this communion, this gathering, as healthy and responsible, okay? Not painful though, because like I said, you made the choice to be in that healing energy by the way of the eastern wind, so that when you get in the western wind, it's phoenix energy, it's something new, okay? So you'll be in this Three of Cups. You're being received as responsible, accountable, obligated, mature, healthy, wholesome, not painful, not agonizing, not irritable, not disappointed. Relatives in nature, you're accountable, you're dependable, you're reliable. So I pulled an angel card for you, and it says to remain positive, okay? So I know that there can be a tendency when you are in groups of people and they can be having conversations about things that are not so great, okay? However, the angel message is saying to remain positive, like keep that vibration of higher level thinking, high vibration thinking, okay? Think about your union, think about your soul connection, think about the everlasting love and devotion that you have with the Most High. We are all a part of the Great Spirit. So even in the instance where you may feel like you have been disappointed, or you have gone through some type of loss, or you are fearful, or you have felt inferior, or you have felt irritated in the past, it is an energy of resilience to give yourself grace, and to even give grace to those other people that are in that energy of complain. You stand strong and you combat that with the spirit, the fire of the Great Spirit inside of you that says, I'm grateful, I'm grateful, I'm grateful. I'm not going to complain. I don't have to complain because I'm liberated. And I'm open to receive all of the blessings that God's source has for me. So yeah, I can be like, you know, oh, y'all got these health concerns, y'all got those health concerns. You gotta thank God that you don't have those same concerns. Be grateful in all things, because you never know what would happen if you were in that other person's shoes. Yes, you could be compassionate, though you don't have to feel obligated to join in on the pity party as if you're not grateful, okay? So remain positive is what the angels are saying. Then I'm seeing you in this King of Pentacles energy. So you go from being in the Knight of Pentacles energy towards the end of the cycle of this read to in the future, because you remain positive. Because you remain positive, you end up in this King of Pentacles energy. This King of Pentacles energy is someone that is financially secure and stable. So it's not just how's business going in there, and you're just like, yeah, well, we made a couple sales. It's more like, how's business going? We're doing extremely well. It's like we got new investors, we got new donors, we got new vendors or contractors or whatever the situation is. It's like business is booming. I got new what is it called? I got new endorsement deals, all that kind of stuff. Like whenever someone comes to ask you or have a conversation with you about how your business is going, because they want to be nosy about how your finances are going. It's not health concerns like what they was trying to talk about before. It's a conversation about how you're doing well financially, how your business is going well. And while everyone else was complaining about their health, you were like, thank you, God, that I'm healthy. Thank you, God, that I'm strong. Thank you, God, that I'm capable. I'm not going to complain. Because you already know what's irritating me. You already know in what ways I feel disappointed. You already know how I felt fearful. You already know how I felt irritated or inferior. You already knew all of that. You made me that way. Acceptance. Just like you knew what was going on with all these other people and how they were going to be around me complaining and all of that. And you stood strong in my heart and yelled to the top of your lungs, be grateful because I'm here with you. Be grateful because I'm here with you. Be grateful because I'm here with you. You don't have to complain. Be open to receive the strength that you need. And you may have felt a little bit insecure when you were in this Knight of Pentacles energy, but you knew that Four of Cups offer and opportunity was made specifically for you. Because you were received in that Knight of Pentacles energy as influential. There was the beginning of a sowing of a seed that, like I said, a union. An everlasting love, a devotion, a soul connection. Something that could never be broken. Of something good. This King of Pentacles energy. Wealthy and abundant, financially secure. Things are going very well. You're being received in this energy as universally recognized, a visionary, and not shy. Okay? Not boastful, because you know. However, you're financially secure and you're very grateful that you are. So you come across a little bit shy, maybe a little bit withheld. However, at the same time, you are being received globally, universally recognized for how it is that you've been liberated, okay? Then I'm seeing this Queen of Swords energy pair with the Devil in reverse. The Devil in reverse is God. And it's giving me that eastern-western wind, right? Where you may have felt stuck and bound to feelings of being disappointed, to feelings of being fearful, to feelings of being inferior, to feelings of being irritated. Why were you irritated? Why were you feeling inferior? Why were you feeling fearful? Why were you feeling disappointed? Because of the devil. Your devil, not my devil, okay? So, that is what was stopping you from starting your new beginning. Is those spirits of disappointment and the spirit of fearfulness and irritation and inferiority that have been casted into your life for you to have those experiences. So like I said, also in that experience comes the experience of strength, liberation, and God. The ability to overcome those challenges, okay? And you're being received in the Queen of Swords energy. So when it comes to telling the truth and your personality with that Eastern wind, God is on your side in this Queen of Swords energy, because this is someone that sets boundaries and protects herself. So even when it comes to defending you, you're either the one that's defending yourself, or you're defending someone else, or someone else is defending you. Though when I see a Queen of Swords, okay, so let's just bring this to the surface. There's a Knight of Swords, that was the energy that was offered to me, defending you. And then there's the Queen of Swords energy that is paired with God, defending you in the future. Okay? So that's what I'm seeing. And this Queen of Swords, she's sharp with it. Very queen. Oh, very queen. It's giving very queen energy, okay? Consider that it's a Queen of Swords. I would assume so. Not making assumptions. However, this is clear. You're in this Queen of Swords energy. Very queen. Very keen. Your sword is sharp. Okay? Or whoever this is, their sword is sharp. They have the ability to defend you fearlessly. Okay? These two paired together are received as sensible, not foolish, not ridiculous. Okay? So I pulled angel cards for that energy as well. The first angel card says to listen to your intuition. And it says yes. The angel card says yes. Okay? So then I'm seeing that you will be in this Hermit energy. Hermit energy for this part of the read in the future shows me independence. You moving forward, especially in this, with this energy of feeling liberated, is like God set you free from feeling stuck, bound, inferior, and all those other not so great emotions that were associated with not so great experiences. And so when you are doing things on your own in this Hermit energy, you have a time to self-reflect. You have a time to recognize that you grew. We spend less time criticizing and worrying about what other people have going on, and we focus more on how it is that we have grown from these situations, and we're thanking God and the soul for aligning us to be able to overcome those karmic cycles. Because when we're reflecting, we recognize that we learned our lesson. Okay? That's what I'm seeing in this Hermit energy. I'm also seeing that you will be received in this energy as magnetic, loving, and fortunate. So what I'm seeing is that what you realize that you were merited, like that the soul merited the spirit because you grew from it, is like where you were once feeling disappointed, now you feel charming and charismatic. Where you once felt inferior, now you feel loving and tender. Do you get what I'm saying? And you're seeing that about yourself. You're loving yourself from the inside out. And you have this relationship with your relatives in nature, this union, this bond. Or it could also be someone that you're in a relationship with in this dimension. Okay? You're not feeling fearful, you're feeling fortunate and lucky. You're not feeling irritated, you're feeling huggable and favored. Okay? And that's what I'm seeing. And then I'm seeing that is what was needed, because then you will encounter the Seven of Rods energy. I know you, in some strange world, you feel like time is just completely out of your hands, right? And like you have to do everything as it was planned by you, for you to do it that way, because you feel like if you did not do it in that exact time, then you will lose yourself. However, you are doing it all in perfect timing. Even the delays or the postponing of certain things are a part of the plan. Okay? It's healing energy. It's divine timing. And I'm smiling about it because I'm saying this to myself. Though it's also a message that I feel that I need to share with you, okay? So in the Seven of Rods, when you are experiencing what seems like a conflict, that is the message. If it's a schedule conflict, if it's some type of disappointment that you think that is some type of disappointment, remember, God already freed you from it. These people that are working so hard to try to like irritate you, frustrate you, whatever, you've already been freed from it. It's just they didn't get the memo yet. You know what it's reminding me of? When there's like what it's reminding me of, the little candle that people light when they have like outdoor events, and it's like meant to illuminate and create like a barrier around the people so that the mosquitoes or the bugs don't get attracted or whatever to you know, the event. What I'm seeing in that is like these energies, these entities, they did not get the memo yet that you're protected, that you're divinely protected, that someone, something, an energy is defending you, right? And they're like, because we're not defending you. You get what I'm saying? It's like the God within me is defending me, and that's why y'all mad. And it's not like a cocky type of energy. It's more so like I humbled myself greatly to tap into that kind of energy. For me to be open to God's source. To say, come into my heart. So that I'm not filled with spite and envy and anger. Even in the midst of conflict that was designed to irritate me. Do you get what I'm saying? And because you are the only one that can overcome these challenges for your whole entire bloodline. No one else can go through these things other than you. No one else can overcome this other than you. Yeah, there may be people that say, yeah, well, you went through that. Oh, I remember when I went through a similar situation. That's because we're in the same bloodline. However, this specific situation with all of these different people that are involved, this is a situation that only I can overcome. It was specifically designed for me by the way of our bloodline, because you went through it. And did you go through the Hermit energy? Did God come in with the Queen of Swords energy in your life? Did you get to the point where you got to the Seven of Rods and the angel card that was aligned with it was forgiveness? Because that's the repellent. That's your repellent. Forgiveness. Like, I know that you are so thirsty for blood, mosquitoes. However, I forgive you before you even try to suck my blood. And that just so happened to be a repellent. That's what I'm seeing. So you will respond to whatever this conflict is gracefully, right? Because you were in the hermit energy, knowing that you are good and that you are loved. You were already in the energy of reflecting on filling that space of if something was missing, if anything was missing, if I needed to be financially secure, and I am financially secure and abundant, and I want to make sure that no matter how much money I have, or material wealth or security that I have in this world, that I'm not easily manipulated into getting defeated by fear or irritation or disappointment or inferiority. God, I need you to guide me, to be there with me, to lead me. And you know, it said listen to your intuition with that Queen of Swords energy. And it's God said yes. I mean, you've been saying yes. So of course God is gonna be like, if you say yes, I'm gonna say yes. I'm getting a little bit emotional just doing this read for you, because that's a gift. That's a really, really, really big gift. For you to be able to overcome that, not just for yourself, though for your bloodline, because when God comes in the room, things change, and not just for you, for everyone. These little things that happen in our lives make a big difference in the world. And to know that you were a part of that plan, you are that special. I don't care what anyone says, you are that special. Okay? So I'm seeing forgiveness. The angel card is forgiveness. That is your repellent. You are being received as decorated, adorned, earthy, and natural. Forgiveness is the natural repellent against irritation and arguments and conflict. Because you know what I see when I do the math and I think about conflict? I see the 5 of Rods. The 5 of Rods is obviously conflict, right? Though the 2 of Rods is that card where like thy rod and thy staff are with me. So 5 and 2 is 7. So it's showing me that you needed to use something new to help defend you against your old perspectives, your past, maybe things that came up against you, right? And maybe even one part of that, too, those other 2 could have been something that you needed to forgive, right? Though you're able to defend yourself, okay? With forgiveness. You got the whole world in your hands. Thy rod and thy staff are with you. You can do this. And I'm speaking this into your future because you'll need it. Okay? Remember forgiveness. That is your repellent. So then I'm seeing, as far into your future as I can see, is this 10 of Rods. So recognize that you're in this 10 of Cups energy during the cycle of the read. Though as far into your future is this 10 of Rods. Now this 10 of Rods could be a warning sign, or it could be the end of a cycle. So I think the overall message is well, you're being, let me just say this, you're being received in this 10 of Rods energy as virtuous, worthy, righteous, right? Though also at the same time, I'm seeing that overwhelmed, like working too hard, doing, like spreading yourself thin. Okay, and I'm seeing that you're doing this because you think that you have to be strong, and it's okay. It's okay that you feel that way. We're all told that we need to be strong. We're all told that we need to be strong. It's like in our programming. Okay. So with the 10-10, I'm seeing cycle completion. So there are some angel cards for this 10 of Rods. What I'm seeing is within the next few weeks. So this whole cycle and this whole future that I just read about is all going to happen within the next few weeks. And then you're going to come to this cycle completion, right? And I'm seeing that that's the time to take action. Why? Because that cycle is complete. Okay? Remember, Saturn is influencing the cycle of this read. You're going from being in the healer energy to being in the phoenix energy. That's representing a new beginning. This 10 of Rods is a warning sign to not be overwhelmed or overburden yourself with too much, because you're already being received in this energy as worthy. God already says that you're worthy. You already been set free. Or this could also be other people that are getting weaker, trying to attack you. Like they're working so hard to try and attack you. Though your repellent is forgiveness. What can come up against forgiveness, right? So that's what I'm seeing. Because you're still being received in this energy as worthy and righteous, and that's because your repellent is forgiveness. Though these people keep trying to attack you, and it's like, if that is what's going to happen, right? Because it could also, like I said, be a warning sign. So take it as it resonates. You're going to know what the marker is for that situation, because it's going to require for you to activate your repellent of forgiveness. Okay? It says within the next few weeks, take action. So for you, Capricorn, ooh, child, I do send love and light and healing energy. This message overall is to remind you to prioritize your self-care and your wholeness as you are transitioning into new beginnings, a new phase in your life, and you're recognizing and highlighting the fact that there is an everlasting love and bond and devotion that you have with the Most High. So you're not being abandoned. And if you did feel inferior, disappointed, or anything like that in your life, take it as a sign, because God is definitely coming in with this Queen of Swords energy to set you free from all of that. Come into every situation with gratitude. Live in the grace that is within you, has been prepared for you, is always there for you. Operate and move in that, respond in that grace, especially whenever there's some type of conflict. Be in that healer energy. You don't always have to fight. You do not always have to fight. There's that thing where they're like, the battle is not yours. Okay? And in this instance, because you already know that there's a possibility that people are trying to attack you, recognize that it's not even the people. It is the spirits of inferiority. It is the spirit of disappointment. It is that which you have inherited, though also that which you have been set free from. Okay? And you have the strength to overcome all of these things, because I've seen it. And after you overcome these things, because these other people have not overcome them, you already know. And you're already in an energy of forgiveness. So to you, Capricorn, I do send love and light and healing energy. And I will see you all next time.